Are live. Welcome to today's stream, guys, where we're going to be talking about EEAT
Woo!
and is it important? Do you need it for your business? And any questions you want to ask around that, you can also put in the chat because we've got plenty of stories and probably plenty of opinion going on this. I know a lot of people think it's a load of shite, but
Isn't
there,
it a weak ass topic? You hit me up this morning. I'm like, what should we do? I'm like, I have no idea. You have no idea. I got up yesterday morning at 6:30, right? 6:30 Sunday morning. It was snowing. We had about an inch of snow on the ground. So it started snowing sometime. It has not stopped snowing since.
good. We've not had any snow this year.
God, I am so tired of this snow. I mean, I'm just tired. I shoveled my driveway yesterday. I had to get up again this morning and shovel it so I could get out of the driveway. I am like, oh my God, I'm done. I'm done.
It's it would get a bit monotonous. It's when it does happen here, you're just like, please go away. I don't mind the actual snow. It's the ice and the fucking dangerous part where
Oh,
it
God.
just gets pretty rough.
Yes, yes,
Um,
yes,
so
yes. Yeah. So anyway, all right. Sorry about bitching. All right. So here's Pritams actually says he's actually interested in this topic. So that's good. So
yeah, let's go into it.
all right, folks, absolutely. Throw your questions and comments right in the message sections and we'll answer them up. We'll hit this thing. So anyway, EEAT. Expertise, experience, authority, and trust.
Yeah,
Yeah. Um, boy, I don't, you know, the whole EEAT thing. So, this thing kind of, well, at first was just EAT, right?
yeah,
So, and then I think experience came in, right?
yeah,
As second E, I think is what it was. Like, do you actually have experience doing or experience with this service or with this product, or whatever it is, and adding on to it, or but another way, well, before I go, so people were writing content with that kind of premise in mind, right?
yeah.
So EEAT. And then it also has begun to migrate into kind of citations, maybe, on
Oh,
your experience and authority and trust.
yeah, it's corroboration. You need proof. You can't
Yeah, yeah.
make a claim that you're the best PR guy in North
Well,
America.
everybody knows it's true, but hey, Skylar, my man, I love this kid. Skylar is like the best, dude.
He's a good man. He's a good
He's
man.
a good man. Yeah.
But I don't know whose background you're referring to,
Oh,
Skylar.
mine, of course.
Uh, but I made the effort to get out of bed for this
I
one.
know that's so funny. I was going to comment on that. It's like,
Well,
at least you're not in bed today.
Charlie's off school today, and he's taking the bedroom where the computer's all set up in there. Normally, it's set up in here, and I can't get fucking peace to do the live stream. But the reverse has happened today, so I've had to come into where I should be, which is mad. But
Yeah, usually you're in your bed doing a live stream, what I think is funny as hell. And then you're usually like doing something with the collector cards, like opening up the packages, putting them in some case or something. And right there you are, right there. You're probably.
um,
uh,
so yeah, I've
funny
actually
as
got a
hell.
lot more here as well to my left. I also stream in here selling these and shit like that as well. some old football favourites, Ozzy Ardiles, Lamine Yamal I've got as well.
Nice.
You probably not know who half of
I
these
don't even know.
are.
I don't know any of those guys, let alone try to even pronounce their name.
You must have heard of this man, Maradona.
No.
Oh, come on, man. Right.
I do not follow soccer at all. Isn't that soccer?
Yeah.
Yeah. Or football.
Conversation's over with you about football. You clearly do not follow it. If you don't know who Maradona is, the game's over.
I don't. Yeah.
Absolutely game over.
Yeah.
But anyway, back to the topic in question.
Back to the topic. Well, I don't want to keep Pritam from dropping on us. So yeah, hang with us, man. So EEAT, yeah. So now you've got. So there's all kinds of different where do you stream the openings? The openings of
on Whatnot, on the he's talking about on the cards. I do it on a platform called Whatnot. I will be doing it on Fanatics and eBay Live as well.
What does that mean, the openings?
So you've got, let me give you an example, right?
I know. This is all, believe me, folks, so I'm glad you're hanging out. This is probably, could lend its thing to the EEAT, because Craig is actually demonstrating how he is an expert and has experience.
Yeah, I don't actually do it in this channel. I've got like my own other social medias for this shit, not to mix it up with SEO. Anyway, Manchester United team box. What happens is on a stream, there's 58 players in this box. People will bid in an auction to get one of those slots. Now, let's say this card comes out of that box, it goes to that person who bid on the auction, and you post them that card out. Now, it's kind of like luck of the draw. This card has a low number, so it's out of 25 here, and it's also signed by that guy. Now, also,
and that was in that box.
Yeah, but also, guys like Maradona. So, Maradona, that's got part of his kit in there. That little square is a patch from that guy. Now he's dead. You can't get another part of his kit, so that's quite unique. It will be worth a right few quid. But dude, see some of these cards. Now I'm not saying this one or that one is worth it, but guys like Lamine Yamal, this one here, one of his cards, if it's got a bit of a strip on it and signed by him personally, is worth about 100 grand for one of those cards.
What?
100 grand.
God.
Wow. Dude, you could make more money.
Crazy.
You can make more money in this than you can in SEO. So
that is amazing. Wow.
I don't want to give anyone's second name out because I don't know if he wants me to say, but there's a guy in the mastermind, actually. I'm not going to say his name at all. Guy in the mastermind's big into it. And I was talking to him a few days ago about it, and he's just like, fuck, Craig, I didn't know you were into that. And I'm like, I've always loved like memorabilia. Like my room here is full of memorabilia up in the walls and shit. Like that's always been my hobby. So yeah, but back to the topic, because Pritam is saying about your YouTube channel. So I'm going to use this example, right?
Yeah.
I am known as an expert in SEO. If you go and see the conferences I've spoken at, or the press, or the links, or whatever else, that's all corroborating that Craig allegedly knows what he's talking about when it comes to SEO, right? If I was to start talking about these cards and there's no proof of that, it's a problem, because what would make me an expert in that? You're going to have to build that expertise, authority, and trust. How are you going to do that? You're going to go onto a platform, you're going to stream, you're going to buy, you're going to sell, you're going to do PR, you're going to do all of the other shit that you're going to do. But the reason that I've got a separate YouTube channel and different platforms and everything else is because I don't want that mixed up with Craig Campbell, the SEO guy. which is why I very rarely talk about it publicly either. You know, I just do it in the background and stuff. But
Right,
that
right.
is it's scary amounts of money, mate. Scary amounts of money. And you know, even my friends and stuff joke about it, like fucking you and your fucking cards and this and that. And I'm like, by the way, guys, my cards, like doing 2 streams made more than you turn over in a month. So behave. It's not just shitty cards. Uh, and they still don't switch on. But um,
It really fascinates me in this card thing, and not to get I don't want to get too far off topic actually with the EEAT, but I at some point when next time we're together, I really want to like dive into this card thing because I'm not how do you make money doing a stream? Do people then go like, oh, I want that card, and then they want to buy it, and then
yeah.
oh, what do you
So
send them off to a website somewhere, or
no,
you
no,
can do
no.
it on the
You,
platform you
you
stream
buy
on?
it on that platform. So
Oh,
they will all bid for, let's say, Lamine Yamal.
right, right.
He's going to be one of X amount of slots that are available to buy. Now, what happens is people will bid and then a wheel will randomly spin and they will maybe get Yamal, they may get another player. It's all gambling or luck related, but people are chasing that.
That
Um,
guy.
they want that fucking card or the card of their specific hero. It's the same as you. You like baseball or boxing, you know, ice
Right,
hockey.
right.
This is massive in the baseball industry. Now,
Yeah,
let's say whoever's the best baseball player, you'll be able to buy a card, Google it, like sports cards
yeah.
and your favorite player. They'll be fucking selling for tens of thousands of pounds on eBay. Um, but they're very unique. They're actually signed by the person. They'll have part of their kit in there, and it's just massive, mate. It's a massive, massive industry. But these cards go up in value. So let's say, for example, um, Maradona died in 2020. Now, when he died, that card will have doubled or trebled in value because
Hmm.
you can't get him no more.
Right, right, right.
So the value of these, it's like an investment. So if you invest and you've got, let's say you've got 100 grand worth of trading cards right now, the chances are in 10 years' time, 15 years' time, that'll be worth 500 grand or £1,000,000. So it's not just a joke, like
Right.
you know, you're going to collect the people that you really want to go after, but obviously it costs you money to bid and there's a bit of a gamble involved. Or you could simply go to eBay and just buy the fucking thing outright.
Right.
But you say, how do you make money? So you can break those boxes, you can make money. But also, there's a lot of people who invest in these cards and they maybe run out of money, they're trying to buy a house or whatever. They sell
Mhm.
them off really cheap. You can buy them and flip them. It's easy, but also for me, I can be a broker. So people come to me going, Craig, you've got a big following in this space. Can you get me someone to buy this card and I'll pay you X amount of money? So let's say it's a 50 grand card. I
Really?
can say,
Wow.
sure, give me 3 grand commission if I sell it. And they'll be like, sure, no problem at all. So many ways to make your money.
So
Um,
crazy. What a
but
crazy industry. That is an interesting. So a big question then, where do you get that box? Can't just how come I just wouldn't like, oh, I'll just go buy this box and get my own, big box of cards.
the boxes can be hard to get. Again, you can
Ah,
pay more for them, but if you've got a good following, the suppliers of these will want you to promote their shit. So you'll be able to negotiate or
got
get
it.
a
Got it.
contract for a
Yeah.
good deal.
Right.
So yeah, it's all marketing. And that's all it is. It's marketing at the
Yeah.
end of the
Yeah.
day.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
yeah.
Interesting.
But I'll maybe even do a
So
section on it on the mastermind or something.
I think that would be fascinating. I would be just really fascinated by it because I don't know anything and I love to learn about stuff. So that this would be like a great thing. So back to like Pridham's uh, uh, kind of situation and what he wants to do or they want to do is, how do you amplify or grow your EEAT. And some of what Craig just explained, I think, is even part of that, right? So, Pritam, you've got a blog, you've started this thing a month and a half ago, and now you're like, okay, how do you expand your EEAT? And obviously, you're putting out a bunch of good content. You're doing it with your persona, right?
Yeah.
Whatever your author persona is, and then do some of the other things like what Craig was even just explaining around the card thing, which is, have a channel, have a YouTube video, and where you're streaming and talking about the particular topic or niche that you're blogging about. Get other people to comment on, hey, this is a good, Pritam really knows what he's talking about, right? So get other people to provide a review or comment on everything that you're doing. Hey, Levi, Levy Lee just had a birthday as well, I think, if I recall seeing, like, I
Happy
don't know.
birthday. But
Yeah,
also, I think to add to that, Randy, you can appear on industry-related podcasts talking about it,
yes,
prove that you know what you're talking about through vocabulary, speech. They also do similar to SEO conferences. They had a big card show in Vegas last week. Literally same shit, but it's all card sellers or card vendors. The exact same as we see in SEO or whatever.
right.
And it's all these people all talking about cards and where they get them and do this and do that and make money. Exact same fucking thing. So there was a card show in Vegas last week, and they've got them all over the world. So again, attending these, speaking at them, collaborating with people, making sure that you join the dots up online, appearing on podcasts, do PR saying that you won the Robin Van Persie card and
Right.
stories, because you can say, I spent £1 on that, and I've got a fucking £5,000 card here. Nice story. I was broke. I was down to my last pound. I bought this, and I've now fucking done this or whatever. There's so much. Opportunity there for PR as well. So I think even going to a guy like Randy who does PR, he can you. And I always tell people this, Randy, when I'm referring people to you. I said to Randy one time, Randy, I'm not very good at this creative story shit. Here is what I want. Here is the story. Can you just fucking go away and make that happen? And he went, sure, no problem. His team went away, cobbled up a story. Craig, are you okay with this? Checked it over. Yep. And then they put that out to their sources and get PR done that way. So PR, podcasts, all of the other stuff on websites, anything you can do to join those dots to make yourself an expert. Launch a book, talk about it. I'm a card expert or whatever. Do books that you're on Google Books, you're on Amazon Books. There's so many things that play into the expertise, authority, and trust. And also something else I would say is, like, on my Instagram for the cards, for example, everyone who likes all of my shit, they engage with it, but they're all card guys. They're not SEO guys. They're not
right.
Build up, because I believe that if it's not, is also an important part of it, is who's liking this guy's shit. Is he an expert in cards? If all these other card people are liking you, clearly they like your cards and you've got some knowledge. So again, another fragment of that EAT thing has been ticked. Rather than
and then what you're doing is you're connecting all of the dots. So Pritam, as you're doing this thing and you've created this persona for whatever your particular niche is, and you've got social channels, here's Pritam as whatever, and like what Craig is saying, you've got other followers that are following you within that particular niche, and you're building up this credibility and this trust over time. Yes, get cited on podcasts, do a press release, you get somebody out there on Yahoo and putting your name as an authority in your particular niche. That's all of the steps that you do,
by the way,
to build that.
Lee's asking a good question there. So for each niche, you have dedicated channels, content, and audience. that builds EAT for each business you are in? Absolutely. That's why
Yes.
I've got multiple phones. That one's for my card business. That one is for the Craig Campbell SEO stuff. And I've got other phones and accounts and stuff for the other businesses that I'm involved in. So absolutely. Craig Campbell SEO is just an SEO, and I don't want to dilute that.
Don't dilute and don't meld them, right?
Yeah.
Because then it dilutes or expires your authority on any of those individual kind of niches, right? Yeah.
And obviously, even in the card niche, I'm still going to be using my face, my voice, my everything else, but I'm separating the channels so that they're not overlapping. And obviously, I'm going to do a podcast on the cards and all that kind of stuff as well. It's just replicating what I've done here in another business. And I'll do PR on it. I'll do this. I'll do that. And potentially one day I might even go to conferences for it as well and stuff like that. So it's a hobby of mine. Something I'm passionate about is football. And but like I say, I don't want to be Craig Campbell, the SEO, who's also into this, that, and the next thing, and the next thing, because I've got my finger in a number of different pies that are not even fucking closely relevant to SEO. That's why I've got to segment them, and I think that part is really, really important.
I think you're absolutely right on that, and we do this, and I think I've shared. We do some lead gen sites as a little side hobby, right? But I essentially take that same approach in developing EEAT in that particular lead gen niche that we drive with kind of this persona in that particular industry, separate multimedia channels, YouTube channels, everything, right? It's not my name particularly. I'm not using my images either, but it's the same approach though, developing this expertise in that particular industry. And it helps. Absolutely. It helps.
I think also, Lee, like some of the businesses I've got don't have my face on it. I just feel that the card one, because I'm the streamer, I'm the voice, I'm the person, that one has to have my face on it. Now, obviously, there are people who are maybe an entrepreneur but came from a sports background or whatever. You can obviously do a couple of things, but when you start being the 6 or 7 or 8 things, I think that's where you run into problems, which is why I like to, it's like PBNs, segment them all out so that everything appears natural and stuff like that. But I'm cautious of not muddying the waters though, and that's why I don't really do presentations or public speaking on the card side of things, because I just don't want to muddy the waters too much. And damage what I've done with what I've built so far for the SEO side. So, but there's nothing, and also what I've done is I've changed my knowledge panel, changed a lot of the wording on some of my websites to entrepreneur rather than SEO guy, because I don't want to just be known as an SEO guy. I do have other things on the go. I do think I've got more in my locker than just SEO. I want to be known as entrepreneur, and I do want long term. I'm talking about for people to go. Craig had multiple things, and he diversified his income streams, and he was in this and that and that. But I don't think it's not going to be 10 businesses or whatever that I'm publicly going to put out there with my face on it. But I'm cautious, very cautious.
Yeah. What is that? You should come see the live streaming hardware we have.
I'd be interested in that because I'm actually I'm in the process of I'm redoing this room I'm in just now. and I'm also redoing a bit in my office because I'm going to stream out to more platforms from the platform I'm currently streaming on with the cards. But I'd be interested in seeing the hardware that you use, because I'm literally at the moment using one platform. Now you can use that platform and add in OBS and then stream out to wherever the hell you like. But I'd be interested to see what you have there, Lee. So I'll give you a wee message. I'd like to see
Yeah,
what you have.
Interesting.
But
Yeah. That's all good. Do you think that you could? So you just a minute ago you said, like, well, you wouldn't put your image across 10 different businesses or something like that. Is there a number you think that would be too much, that you would saturate the whole thing with? That so it would dilute what it is you're trying to do?
certainly from the EEAT perspective, absolutely. I think, if you were to become, I think a person can be good at two things or three things even. I don't think you can be good at 7 or 8. But there's nothing wrong with Randy being a marketing expert, but also has a passion for violins. I mean, who's to say you don't?
Right.
I don't think that's bad, and I think that's perfectly normal for any capable human being to obviously have a passion project or a passion business. But I think when you start saying that you're an expert in, like Lee, for example, Lee has the ear cleaning business, and if he was to
It's a what? Ear cleaning?
yeah, so they suction all the earwax out. Earwax removal is the word I'm looking for. But Lee has that. But Lee is probably the type of guy that's got multiple other things going on. Now, I don't think from an EAT thing you can be an expert in ear cleaning and then a plumber and then a fucking wholesaler and also.
But there is a connection, right? Ear cleaning and plumbing. You're kind of
arguably, but
cleaning out some channels there, some pipes. Yeah, wow.
I think that's where they'd be like, well, this guy's just a entrepreneur or fucking nutcase. Because he's got 4 or 5 or 6. You can't be an expert in 5 or 6 things. Maybe 1 or 2, 3 at a push. I just think I would always say probably 2 or 3 is the kind of figure that you would be thinking of. It's like you look at anyone. I don't know, Taylor Swift. What is she known as? A singer. Of course, that's first and foremost her singing ability. Now, I have no doubt she's into property and invested her money into, various different things. But she won't talk a lot about it publicly anyway. But she's known as a singer and possibly an entrepreneur or a businesswoman. That's it. She's not going to fucking turn around and say she's a plumber or anything like that. People will just speak of her, and the whole EAT will be talking about how she's an investor or entrepreneur or words to that effect. She's not going to go into specifics of what her expertise is. So, I think that's where you need to be careful. You can say you're an entrepreneur, absolutely, and you can have multiple businesses, but I think feeding them too much would be like spam, and essentially they would go, well, what the fuck is Randy? Is he a PR guy or is he a fucking fishmonger? Like, what is this guy? And that's where I think you could fuck yourself up. So
I agree.
Absolutely nothing wrong with being an investor or entrepreneur at all. And I think slowly I want to become more of the known as Craig the entrepreneur rather than Craig Campbell SEO. I think that's I stupidly hold myself right into a fucking niche in terms of my personal brand and everything. And I want to just
some of that you have to do, especially when you're starting out, though, right? You got to kind of carve a niche and then think about how you can, swiftly, kind of expand it a bit. But I agree with that. I don't think you can go like so far afield that going from singer to plumber. You can't, I don't think you can make that big of a turn, but, expanding, some logical expansion probably makes sense.
Yeah. I think, logical expansion is good. But Lee's also saying the best traction is to be mentioned by established profiles. So again,
Right.
doing that with trusted sources again is also going to play into it. And
Yeah.
that's what I was saying before. The people who like my card shit are trusted card people, and I want that box ticked.
Right.
I don't want SEO guys to be liking my cards because they're my old mates. It's nice that they would potentially do that, but again, I want to carve up my own audience for each of the projects that I've got.
Right.
And also,
Yeah.
like that, on top of that, building the mailing list and building the everything else that would potentially go with that is also something that I strive to get to. Build up a nice mailing list just for card people, card collectors,
Oh, yeah.
and all of that stuff. So again, it has to be totally seen as a separate entity.
I think that's interesting. So I bring one of the things that I, kind of in thinking about this EEAT. So last week I was on a podcast, Emmanuel's podcast. How about some marketing? I think is the name of it. I think you've been on there as well, and we were talking a little bit about how to get into AI overviews and that kind of thing. But this EEAT is all part of that, right? The more that you can take the steps, and we've kind of talked about a lot of different tactics you can do, but of establishing that EEAT or your expertise and authority, then it makes it easier I think, then to get into the AI overviews because you've established the AI overviews want to pull authority. They want to pull expertise into their citations. And so as an example, we did, I was doing a presentation, I'm like, and I just kind of morphed a presentation that I'd done. I spoke at some conference late last year, and I used one of the things that we did for you about a press release on positioning you with that ODYS SEO Speaker Award, right? So this was like almost a year ago that thing hit, and even today, I was just doing it just now. If you just do a search of best SEO speakers 2025, boom, you're still listed as in the AI overview, along with like Alita Solis, Rand Fishkin, Lily Ray. There's Craig Campbell, right? Neil Patel. I mean, you have elevated as like, you are top tier expert. You've garnished that authority in that, but that's, and it only even continues to amplify because you've been associated with those people, with all of the other top names in the group. So, it's a little bit kind of cyclical even, right? It just builds off of each other. Yeah.
But like a lot of these people I know in person, they will like my posts. They'll, tag me in shit and all that. So again, I think that's all corroboration that you are, associated with these people. And I think that does play a big part into the kind of trust side of things. And obviously that's what Google are going. Is this guy a bullshitter or is he not? And I think if those tie-ins are not there, then unfortunately you are treated like a bullshitter. And you need to go out your way to schmooze them, get in the podcast, get pictures with them, whatever, and tag them in it and all this kind of stuff. So
I did that with Lily Ray.
I've seen it. You think I didn't know what was happening there, right? Listen, I have a very good friend that goes by the name James Dooley. Every SEO he meets, he takes a. James Dooley doesn't even like pictures. he takes a picture with all of these people, posts them all over
Post it out. Yeah,
LinkedIn and everything. Oh, me and so, and you're like,
yeah.
you don't even like that guy. What are you doing? And he's like, just you leave it with me. So, yeah, he's big for that. And then I seen you and Holly with the picture out, and I'm like, right, this is what they're doing. But I was at SEO on the beach a few
Yeah.
years back, and there was a guy that was in the mastermind at the time called Reese Southern. You remember
Oh,
Reese?
yeah, 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 Reese.
And Reese was getting into the kind of knowledge panel and the Wikipedia and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
He's like, Craig, now I know Reese and I've met him a multitude of times.
Yeah.
Lovely guy and all that.
Was he at that conference?
Yeah. And he's there and he's like,
okay.
hey, Craig, can I get a picture with you? And I'm like, what? And he's like, come on, let me get a picture. And we took the picture, and I'm like, what are you doing? And he's like, just so that I can associate myself with you on the fucking Wikidata
Yeah,
shit. And I'm like,
right.
fucking dog. I knew there was a motive. I knew there was something. I just didn't quite think of it at that time. But he's like, yep, just so that I can tie myself to you. And I'm like, you fucking dog. So, you can put that stuff up in Wiki Commons, the images and everything, and tag the fuckers in it. And, that all feeds into the ecosystem as well. And Lee, yes, it's a big pile of fucking horse shit. If I'm being honest. Nah, it's all right, but I just don't trust it, man.
Well, it's Open Claw, right? That's what it is?
Now. They've changed their name.
Yeah, come on, Lee, get with it. Yeah.
We done the session on it 2-3 weeks ago, and we called it Clawbot, and people like, it's Open Claw now. It's Open Claw. And you're like, for fuck's sake, when did that change? At the weekend.
Yes.
But I've got trust issues, Lee, with letting it do. I mean, it's good for certain things and all that, but yeah, I certainly wouldn't be letting it book my flights and log into my shit and all that. Nah, no way.
Yeah. And people are having a hard time. I just know I have not. I've just stayed away from it. I haven't played with it at all. But I do know that people have struggle with getting it set up as well without it just, choking or doing whatever. So
I seen Victoria passing a video around. I don't know if she's in it. I've not clicked on the link, but there was a video being passed around in the WhatsApp today.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a fucking pain in the ass.
Yeah.
But I'm sure, depending on what you do, you can make some good use of it. And but like we said a couple of weeks ago, what's it going to do for me, and how much money is it going to make for me? Like, I'm not ready to fuck around anymore. I'm here to figure out where my time goes, and I don't want to be jerking around with something like that that's not going to help me long term. Great for gimmicks and maybe SEO newbies and all that, to just play with shit and blow some shit up. But if it's not going to earn me anything, I'm not fucking interested, man.
Yeah. No, agreed.
I'm getting too old to be fucking around with shit.
Well, and here's the thing, and I think a couple of weeks ago when we were talking about this, I would much rather I don't mind spending hours, on a project doing something if I know that it's going to turn around and either make our process more efficient or effective, or eventually make us some money somehow. What I don't have tolerance for, and this is just me personally, I don't have tolerance for me to spend hours on like setting up a OpenBot or OpenClaw thing, and then, okay, now what am I going to do with it? How is it going to help me? Like a big question mark, right? Like over the weekend, I had this idea of like, I could build this app, and then so it would kind of streamline a process and some stuff that we're doing on our, over on the News Guys site. And, and I'm like, all of a sudden I just like got like hyper focused on it and spent probably like 5 hours just building this thing out, which is so fun in today's world now, like where you can just build out this Python code stuff and build out these apps now so quickly because of, the AI, the tools that are out there. But I know of I know as soon as I get this thing done, I mean, it's gonna save me hours every month on both myself and my team, right? There's a hard value there. I don't know, spending time with OpenClaw is, like, I don't have time for it.
It's you know, as you get older, you become wiser as well, and you're just like, do you know what? I'm not going down a fucking rabbit hole and spending
Maybe that's me.
55 hours, 55 hours doing this, and I know I'm not going to fucking trust it anyway. So
Right, right.
you know,
Yeah,
that's kind of my outlook on it just now, where I'm just like, you're going to have to go some way to getting me to trust this. I don't know what that way would be, but I don't trust it, and that's it. It's dead.
I know it.
And until someone can show me something that's not open source that does that shit, I don't want to waste too much time on it. And that's the problem in this space. Too much, too many things going on.
Yeah,
Some are
yeah,
amazing, some are not so good, and there's some absolute dog shite out there. And I'm trying to
yeah.
just eliminate the dog shite and the not so good
I
stuff.
know it, I know it. And that is really hard, right? Because there is so much stuff so quickly in today's world that comes at you. Like, how do you filter this shit out?
Some people say, "Oh, dude, you should check this out." Right, okay, you show me what you've figured out with it first. Oh no, no, I've not
Right?
tried it. I heard so and so, and I'm like, fuck off. You know, if you've not done it, don't be
Right.
fucking making claims. And you know and this is the problem. Some people out there are hyping shit up, and you're like, what? But what do you do with it? And they can't show you anything that's
Yeah.
good. Like I'm not saying that about OpenClaw, by the way. You know, we spoke with Holly and all that as well. You could get it to do driving directions. You could get it to do your CTR and hundreds of cool stuff. I don't really need that for the businesses that I'm involved in.
Right.
That's
Right.
not a major
Yeah.
flaw for me. So I don't need to go down that road. But you know, if it could break cards for me and you know, get me the good cards and negotiate deals, then you know, maybe.
Right. Maybe.
But yeah, until it does that, like I say, for just for my requirements, I'm not on it. But I don't want to run it down for everyone else. But
Yeah. Yeah.
um, yeah,
Oh, yeah.
and
Skylar. Surely. Yes, surely. I don't know.
nah, we have a. Here's the thing, right, Skylar? In Scotland or the UK, everything is treated as bullshit until you prove it. So if I say to one of my friends, I bought a new Rolls Royce, the first thing they're going to say is, no, you didn't. Prove it. Come and
Yeah,
pick me up in it.
bullshit. Bullshit.
Yeah, show me it. Come and take me out in it. Until you fucking do that, it's treated as fucking bollocks. And rightly so, because there's so many fucking liars out there, just as human beings, that we do it. Like if someone says they had an operation in their knee, right, send me
Yeah.
send me a picture of the scar, or get
Now
your
I can
doctor.
even send you a picture with me be in front of the car behind the steering wheel. I
No,
can
that's
send
not
you
enough.
that picture,
That's not
right?
enough.
Yeah.
No, no, that's not enough. Come and fucking get me in the car, and then we're gonna have that conversation. Because with AI, you could place yourself
Right.
in front of that. There's no way, dude. When I was getting that operation last year, I was I was talking to Slaughter and I've said, dude, I'm getting this fucking operation. He said, get the fucking doctor on FaceTime. I need to ask the doctor questions about what this operation's for. Um, and Randy, the God's honest truth, you can ask him this. When I got that operation and I came home, him and a few other guys came round my house wanting to, they wanted to see my catheter. They're like,
They wanted to see it.
dude, I'm not joking. I am not fucking kidding. Maybe you guys roll different in America, but you're not. It doesn't matter whether it's a surgery, a new car, you're the best SEO.
Oh,
Show me, give me something.
I
Paperwork.
think I would take your word for it that you had that surgery and that you have the catheter. I don't know too many people would be like, yeah, I had this thing, and just for the story because that's
Yeah.
pretty personal. That's
Oh yeah. 'Cause my wife said as well, she's like, "You've really just told everyone what happened, like, on YouTube?" And I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "You're fucking crazy." And I went, people need to know. I need some fucking sympathy here." Um, and she's like, "Fuck." Um, but yeah, it's that's how. So obviously, you can't just take EAT. If their EAT
yeah,
is solid, you would trust it. Also, documentation, proof, case studies, shit like that is obviously what you would need to do. It's like Skylar gets a new client. Yeah, Skylar, so and so said you're good, and I see that you've got this, and I see you've done that. But can you show me a fucking case study? Prove it.
yeah,
That other shit's not always good enough. They still want more, and I think that's just the way of the world.
yeah, yeah. Agreed.
Um,
Agreed. What is he talking about? Running a blue Ferrari. Was that you, Craig?
I can't confirm or deny. I know
I think you know the story behind it, though.
I did have a nice blue car, and I still remember my car was parked outside Skylar's apartment that where he was staying, and he took a picture with the car in the background, just like "fuck you." But I think Skylar clearly liked that car, and yeah, he was
Yeah.
just a tad upset that it was me running around in it and not him. But that's what I always do, Skylar. When I go to America, I go to Turo and I just fucking get a nice
Oh,
wheel,
yeah,
a
yeah.
nice set of wheels, and go fucking driving around.
Yeah, I think when you were in, what was it, Nashville? I think
I done
you
the
had
same in
that
Nashville. Yeah,
you had that nice, Corvette, I think
yeah,
it was, wasn't it? Yeah.
yeah.
That was a beast. Oh,
Because when I go to these things, I normally go a few days earlier. So before you guys all arrived
yeah.
in Nashville, I went to Memphis to
Mhm.
see Graceland and all that stuff.
Oh, yeah. You go see
So
Elvis.
I went to see Elvis. Dude, I'm just never going to go to Graceland on a
Right.
normal day to day. So I'm like, I'm only 3 hours drive, get a nice Corvette, whiz down there, check out Elvis, come back, and then enjoy the few days that we had
Yeah.
at that
How was
conference.
that car, like, going, like, down the highway? I mean, were you, like, pushing it a little bit,
Oh yeah,
80, 90 an hour? You know, was it just
yeah. Dude, I tell you the funny story. I done this at 7 a.m. Drove to Memphis. It was really fucking warm. Roof down, and I'm fucking hammering along, and it was the noise, and I had the music on, and life was good, man. I'm just chilling. The highway was quiet, and when I got to Memphis, my fucking forehead was purple. I got fucking scalded alive. I was just enjoying life, and I didn't wear a hat because I was scared that a hat would flip off in the wind,
right.
and yeah, I was just driving around, and I had purple fucking foreheads. But fuck it,
Good
that's
time. Oh, man. Yeah, that's a good time. Good for you.
so that. And by the way, I'm not the only one, Skylar. Th- that Nashville one you talk about,
Yeah,
Randy.
somebody else rented a nice car.
Andrew Ainsley fucking turned
Oh,
up.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
So,
Ansley.
Ainsley didn't come until a day after me. So the first day when people were arriving, people were like, "Oh, Craig, I love that Corvette," and they were all loving the car. Ainsley turns up in a fucking brand new Corvette that
Y
he'd
yeah,
rented. He's like, "Oh, I fancy," and I'm like, "You fucking motherfucker!" But but what can you do? So, but yeah, his was nice. He the newer model,
Yeah,
slightly bigger. His was white, and yeah, Ainsley Ainsley upstaged me in that one.
that
So
was funny.
Ainsley's the fucking show off. Um, so you can give him some of that, Skylar.
Yeah,
But yeah,
yeah, very
I like
fun.
Turo. It's the other
That
thing.
is that's a great service. I like Toro as well.
The other thing is, you guys have got cars. We don't have a lot of Corvettes over here. So one of the reasons I went for a Corvette, I also in other times I've went over there, I've got cars that we don't necessarily have here. So Corvettes aren't here. in the UK.
Right.
I mean, there may be a handful, but it's not something that's regularly sold here. Same as muscle cars. We don't get fucking muscle cars over here. So the first time I ever went to America, I hired a Dodge Challenger or whatever it was.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Man, just, and my wife's like, "Why the fuck are you getting? It's not even a nice." And I'm like, "I just need a shot of a muscle car, man. These fucking American, like
Yeah.
the engine, over here they fucking dial it all down and put all these mufflers on to keep it, quieter. And in America, they don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
So again,
You got to get one of these the Ford Mustangs
dude,
with the 5 liter.
yeah.
Oh God, that thing is a beast.
Do you
Oh,
know one car I would love to? As a child growing up, I used to love Smokey and the Bandit. Like, I would love the old school Mustang. What
yeah,
a fucking
yeah,
car that was, man.
yeah.
The proper Mustang. But they're really expensive to hire when you're over there.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh yeah, yeah,
but that would be the dream.
yeah, yeah. Nice stuff. Oosh. Oosh. Hey, so, by the way, Skylar, I was doing one of my consult calls earlier this morning and was talking to a guy from Bogota, Colombia. But I think I talked him into coming out to SEO spring training here in a couple of months. So look for his what do I want to say? His reservation, grabbing his ticket here, maybe in the next day or two, hopefully.
Skylar, just fucking remember our commission, okay?
Yes, exactly.
I've got cars to rent. So, but nah, it's a good event, SEO spring training.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm heading to a conference here on Wednesday morning, going down to Austin, Texas. So I'm out here outside of Cleveland, and it's like, 25 degrees, snowing. I'm going to go to Austin on Wednesday, and it's going to be like 80 all the time while I'm down there. It's crazy. Looking forward to it.
Stephen is saying, when's your next conference at? I want to meet you again. And hi, Randy. Love the PR you did for my clients. Next one I'm at, I'm in Lithuania in the middle.
I saw that. You just posted that, right? It's coming up in a few weeks.
Yeah. So Lithuania, middle of March. I'm then in Thailand at the start of April for an event in Phuket.
Oh, yeah.
And I am in Cyprus at the end of May for 2 events. And then I can't remember, but I've got India at the end of the year. But Stephen, if I remember correctly, you're from Asia somewhere. I can't remember exactly where, but yeah, so Thailand at the start of April, the Phuket Summit.com is the next one I'm at, man.
Yeah, I think, well, right now I've got a ticket. I'm going to be at Chiang Mai, so we'll see. I think I'm going to go there. So
I think you'll enjoy it. You'll come back like, you bastard, you weren't lying. Like, you weren't lying, Craig. This is as bad as you said. I mean, bad way, in a good way. So
I'm still thinking about coming over. There's a couple over in the UK in June.
Yeah, masterminders.
And then one kind of like the very next day down in London, I think. So Manchester to London. I'm still thinking about doing that. I'm waiting to get some information about something. I think I might haul my son over with me, but I'm waiting to see if he does something else here. We'll know next week, but yeah.
Yeah, no, like I said before, Randy, even if you come, you can even spend a few days in Scotland, then I can drive you down to Manchester. Then you can get the train from Manchester to London, which is about 2 hours, and then you can fly home from London. So
I think that'll be good.
You'd be able to see a bit of Scotland. You can come and see Slaughter and all these fucking guys.
Yeah.
For a few days, take you out in the boat, and then down to Manchester, which is about a 3-hour drive from me, and then train down to London. But if you do decide to go, let me know and we'll organise it
I
all.
know it. I know it. I know it.
Um,
Yeah, I got to decide. Uh, I saw Skylar's note up there, but
by the way,
cool mishap. What?
this is the problem, Randy. The mishap. I wasn't part of it. I was a witness.
Oh yeah,
I was the
sure.
victim. I was the fucking victim. James Dooley may have taken a shit in the pool.
Oh,
I didn't. Man, I can't be responsible for one of your attendees coming and taking a fucking dump in the pool. How's that, ma?
are
Part
you
of
serious? Somebody, he really did that?
someone shat in the pool,
No.
yeah.
Oh my God.
Dude, they got taped off and everything.
Oh,
He went,
that's a big problem because then they got to drain the pool. They got to do all kinds of shit.
nah. They just poured chemicals in it. They scooped the shit out and then poured chemicals in.
Yeah, but then you can't jump in it for a while, right?
People were in it, man.
Oh God. Oh,
So
God.
I wasn't part of it. Just for the record, Skylar, I didn't invite James Dooley. You guys did. Your problem. Your mishap. Um, I always say to people, keep me as far away from James
Oh
as
God.
you can. He's a dangerous man. But
Oh,
fun times, fun times. But I
oh,
was the victim in all of that.
yeah. Poor Craig. Yeah. Yeah, Stephen, right there. We should all go to Manchester. Yeah.
Yeah. Manchester for the masterminder, Stephen.
The
I
masterminders.
am the MC at that event.
Oh, that'll be fun.
So I didn't want to speak again because I don't want to be the guy that speaks year on year on year.
Right, right.
Fuck that. So, but Kaz was like, well, this one wants money for an MC, and I'm like, I'll do it. And he's like, really? And I'm like, yeah, but I think I'll be really good at it.
Yeah, I think so.
So I'm giving the old MC a bit of a.
Yeah, you'd be calling people out, and yeah.
Whoever's sitting in that fucking front row is getting it. But I'm looking forward to it. It's a good event and some great people.
But it's only the second year, right?
Yeah.
Of that event. Yeah.
So first one went really well. He's got a bigger venue, better ideas of what didn't work too well first time round. I mean, overall it went really well, but it's all the little fine tweaks to make it, an even better event and obviously grow and scale it and everything. So yeah, it should be good, man.
Yeah. I'm waiting. I just gotta wait to see see if something is gonna happen or not. And if it doesn't happen for my son, then I'm like, yeah, let's go out there, man. Let's go do it. Let's take a trip.
Don't use your daughter's fucking graduation excuse. I beg. Anything other than because this daughter's graduation has 3 or 4 cancellations already.
Man.
And as far as I'm aware, people only graduate once. So
you don't have a daughter. You don't know. You don't know what a teenage daughter is like. Oh my gosh.
The graduation is a one-day thing.
No.
Doesn't matter whether it's a daughter or not.
Anybody who has a teenage daughter can testify that it's never just one thing with them. It is like if it's one event, but there'll be like 3 or 4 like sub events coming off to support the one event. Yeah, teenage daughter. I can't even imagine when she gets married what the hell that'll be like. Oh my God.
You've offloaded her to the next one. You can run.
Yes. The very first question, some young man's going to come and ask me like, hey, can I have your permission to marry her? And I'm like, do you have enough money? Because that girl is not cheap.
Oh man. But what can you do? She must take after her mother, eh?
Yes. No, my wife is cheap. She is very cheap.
So who's the one with all the expensive taste? You?
My daughter is what.
No, taking off. He's got to take it from somewhere, man.
Yeah. No, I do spend more money than my wife does, but yeah. Oof.
Well,
I buy tech stuff though. I get like sucked in on. I like buying new computers. I like buying new phones. I like, so that the tech stuff I get. I don't know.
You're just like every other man. I'm the
I
same.
know it. I know it. So anyway, all right. Well, folks, thanks for hanging out with us. Pass a little EAT off to Craig. Give him a like, follow, subscribe,
And
all of that fun stuff.
also check out the news guy. The logo is above, the link is below. If you want similar to what Stephen got, Randy sorts the PR out and it can help your clients. So go check him out. And he even does, I don't know why, but 15-minute calls for free.
I don't know why, but I have a blast doing those things. I will say this though as well, folks, if you've got some ideas that you would like for us to chat about on these weeklies, throw them in the message there, because then we can go explore some of these topics. Because Craig and I are always, every Monday morning, we're like, what do you want to talk about? Let me think about it.
I just leave it to Randy. I'm just like, Randy, what do you want to talk about? Because I'm not fucking asked.
But you've never turned any idea down, so that's been good.
Yeah. Fuck it. Why not?
Yes.
But anyway, guys, we will see you next week. And Pratam EAT was absolutely explained in there. So you can
go back,
that
listen again. Yeah.
See ya.